What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Zach. Welcome back to the Midwest Meltdown.
It's Josh.
I kind of did a little out of order there. You see what I did there? I basically said, I always go, hey, everybody, welcome back to the Midwest Meltdown. It's your boy, Zach. And then you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of flippity-floppity did. Not on purpose, so I will not give myself any credit. I just totally fucked that up. We're only, 71 episodes, 72 now, I think, right? Yeah, because
I
you
have
finished
no
with
idea.
69, so 70,
Oh,
71,
yeah.
72. Yeah.
By the time this comes out, it'll be the 72nd.
Well, I think I wanted to say before we get going, I think it is only fair that we take a little bit of a moment of silence and recognition for as at the time of the recording of this episode, two greats we've lost on planet Earth. First, so at the time of the recording again, Mr. Toby Keith, rest in peace, and then also Carl Weathers,
Dude,
Mr. Apollo Creed himself. Like,
those both bummed me out, man.
I know, it's crazy, man. Like, it was, and it was funny, everybody. So I was talking to Josh about, oh yeah, like Carl Weathers, and I was like, he was just doing the FanDuel commercial for the Super Bowl with Gronk.
Just doing, though. Because that's why I responded the way I did. You're like, yeah,
Okay,
he was in a commercial. And I'm like, yeah, he was Apollo Creed and in Predator, but I think those are more important.
when this comes out, I'll post the screenshot to kind of see the flow. So basically, the way it worked was I was saying that, yeah, he was in a FanDuel commercial, and then he was also recently in The Mandalorian, as a lot of people might know. So Josh interpreted that as me saying that's like what he's known for. And I was like, well, nope, because I started the conversation by saying, hey, Apollo Creed's dead. So I'm well aware of the other big roles that have made his career.
Apollo Creed died, and I go, Carl Weathers? I thought he died a while ago. No, sir, just died. Damn, R.I.P. Love that guy. And you said, verbatim, he was in a FanDuel commercial with Gronk and also in The Mandalorian.
And I said
and
that.
My response was, ... Yeah, more importantly, he was in Happy Gilmore, Predator, and Rocky. LOL.
But the reason I said that was because it was like he was currently doing those things. Like he just died. It's like when they were filming Star Wars and Carrie Fisher died. Like she was like they were still making them, and then she died, but she was in them. So like I literally remember like the other day because Gronk has this big shout out Gronk, by the way. Thanks for listening. I know he probably does. He's doing this FanDuel commercial where he does like this kick of destiny, and Carl Weathers is his coach. Like
Pick a Destiny?
No, but hell of a reference though. Wow. And yeah, so he like recently was doing that, and obviously the one of the I don't know if it's coming out soon, but I know it's been announced, I believe, for later this year or early next year that the Mandalorian's coming out again, which he's been making a pretty big namesake for himself in. So,
Not anymore.
So rip to the greats, two of the greats, I should say, Mr. Toby Keith. I didn't realize
stomach cancer.
I didn't realize he was battling. Apparently, it was for a while.
Oh yeah, he got really thin.
Really?
Yeah, he looked pretty rough.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Well, shout out, rip those guys. Rest in peace. Two of the greats to ever do it in their respective fields. So, all right, gotta bring the mood up here a little bit.
What are you?
We got to try to bring it up.
Zombie's coming to Milwaukee,
dude. You go on. You talk about that. You were
literally. This is 7 days
amped for it
apart recording, and 7 days ago he wasn't coming to Milwaukee, and 7 days later we got tickets.
Wasn't it literally like 7 days ago? You're like, oh, I don't think Rob Zombie's like.
I think the day after he announced the tour with Alice Cooper.
Okay.
And then I saw the billboard over the weekend.
Yeah.
And then
that's right.
My wife bought tickets.
Did you do the meet and greet? Did you say you're doing it or no? Wow, dude.
It's expensive.
Rob, comment down below and say if Josh should meet you or not.
And then give me a free ticket, please.
I'll tag him. Dude, seriously? Come on now. Just go meet him, man. What if tomorrow he falls into the same, like Carl Weathers and Toby Keith are like, join us, Rob?
Well, I'm not going to be seeing him in August if tomorrow he dies.
Unbelievable, dude.
So unless he's coming to my house tonight.
I don't know, man. Look outside. He might be there. Oh my God. It's on my eyelash. You just see him like through the window, like, "What's up, Josh?" He might. Him
It's
and you said so. Yeah, so it's Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper are coming to Milwaukee. Where are they playing in Milwaukee?
the American Family
Oh yeah.
Amphitheater.
Yeah. Little Amfam. Oh my god! Now I have an eyelash in my other fucking eye. Are you serious right now,
It's your first day seeing?
dude? I have not been able to see for years without my eyeballs in. So technically speaking, if you just want to count plain eyeballs, I haven't seen for a while. So
Nobody can see without their eyeballs in.
just plain eyeballs. I mean, if I just had my plain eyeballs, no contact lenses, nothing.
Yeah, nobody knows what that means when you say that.
Everybody knows what I mean when I say that. Just because you don't know and you want me to specify more doesn't mean that other people might not know.
I've
That has
never
actually
heard that my
been
entire life.
that has actually been decently true for a few things that we've encountered in our lives. Where like I'll say something and you'll be like, "What do you mean?" But then I'll ask, for example, your wife or
It's
my wife.
usually true the other way around.
Yeah, it's like not.
Peace tea.
Oh my god. Okay. First of all, if anybody knows what peace tea is and they're listening to this, please comment on
Everybody knows
whatever
what peace tea
Instagram.
is.
Oh my god, dude.
We like if you went
Not
to any
everybody.
sort of school,
But again, not
like
every.
ever,
But people might not actually know that that is what the name of that tea is.
well, you should know what you're drinking, right? Like look up the name of it.
Why? Like, oh, it's a funky looking can. I know it's tea. I know it's that or literally nothing else for me to drink. So let's have at it.
Was that really the scenario in which you would drink peace tea? Like you were about to like die of dehydration?
No, it was more for like variety because also I was like, well, I don't really want to do like Coke or anything, and I have my
I don't want
water
to.
bottle.
I want to spend my dining plan bucks on it. Just Subway. Got to get peace tea.
Yeah, we didn't have any like special food or anything like that on our campus or in our like
Well, that's
union buildings or
because
anything either.
your campus was like 2 blocks big.
I mean, true, but that still doesn't take away that like they could have had
Well, you didn't. They didn't need to. Like you're downtown.
they had too many peace teas. You know what would have been lit though? Because here's the thing: like even though we were downtown, there's still plenty of places that are not immediately downtown Milwaukee. That is referencing for everybody. Where I went to college, and like there were other places that weren't close to us that they could have still thrown into our union building to,
Well, they could have, but
but they didn't
they
because
didn't.
our money went to something else. I think.
I mean, we had
Tell everybody where you went.
just about everything at the University of Minnesota.
There you go. Everybody's
Taco
like,
Bell was the only thing that was not on campus.
seriously?
We had to drive to go to Taco Bell if we wanted it.
That is honestly like get rid of everything else. Just give me Taco Bell. Like I'll trade whatever is on campus just to
And
get
we had
Taco Bell.
multiples. We had 2 Jamba Juices, 2
Jesus,
Herberts and
what?
Gerberts sandwich restaurant.
Never heard of it.
There was a Cane's on campus, like 4 different Chinese restaurants, which was lit. Two
Jesus,
two Mesa pizzas,
what?
uh, 1 McDonald's, Dinkytown McDonald's,
That's crazy, actually.
Applebee's.
No, I guess yeah. Technically, like our campus was very small, so I guess if you were to expand the streets, we had, I guess you could say, a few things on campus because it was
Yeah,
just a block off or something. But going back to the peace tea really quick and that whole thing, because that actual conversation was hilarious. And I truly want to know, like, do people actually know what peace tea is? Because for everybody who is listening, peace tea is if you again if you did go to any school, university, basically, I'm assuming in America. I don't know what's an international thing, so international listeners, apologies. Let us know. Let us know if you guys had peace tea. And basically, what it was is every can. It was like the big what was the size of the can? Would you call it like a 40?
23 ounces.
23 ounces. So,
40.
well, I mean, I'm just trying to like think off the top of my head like what it would look like. So it was like a big can, and then on the all around it, it was just all this like huge graffiti. It was just like
Why
all
are
these
we
different.
giving them free press?
Because honestly, dude, their teas were good. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I had them
They
way
were
too
they
much.
weren't bad, but they were nowhere. What's Snowberry?
Uh oh, is Josh good? Dude,
They were. They're
Would,
nowhere near as good as Arizona.
wouldn't it be crazy if we got them as a sponsor?
It would, but I need to know what snowberry tea is. I've never seen this one.
Dude, order it up. Try it.
By
Message
the way,
them.
the cans have gotten a lot less confusing.
Wow, well that would actually help. But you know why? Because people are probably like, "Hey, what are you drinking?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't know. It's just got a lot of shit on this can."
Blueberry white tea.
See, again, like I try this stuff. This sounds good.
Well,
I
it's
try
iced
it.
tea. I mean, iced tea is good. Like, no doubt about it.
Well, let's. I mean, yes, but it's still. I think it still depends on the brand. Like Lipton iced
Jesus
tea.
Christ, dude. You're talking about
Go fuck
only
yourself.
sweetened iced tea? What are you,
Yeah,
10? No,
I'm
any iced
9.
tea is good.
No. Oh God, no, dude, no,
Oh my God.
no. Sugar is good. Stop fucking acting like it isn't. Okay.
I'm not saying it's not, but like, unsweetened iced tea is tasty.
Said one person ever, and that was you. Unsweetened iced tea. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, sure, dude.
You
Jesus. Do you
get
go to McDonald's and get
diabetes.
a burger with just the buns? Holy crap, man.
That wouldn't be a burger. I'm not like iced tea. Unsweetened is what iced tea is. The sweetened version is the alternate. So you can't be like, do you get a burger without the just the buns? Well, that's not a fucking burger then.
Unsweetened iced tea is gross. Sweeten it up.
No, it's
Yes, it
not. You're
is.
so
It
dumb.
absolutely is. Because you know what I'll do? I'll be like, oh, look, it's unsweetened iced tea. Where's the sugar? Oh, there you go. Let's sweeten this. Let's sweeten this fucker up, baby.
What's your favorite kind of candy?
Ooh. If I had to pick like one candy that I know for sure I was gonna have like the rest of my life, probably Twizzlers. Like I go run of the mill regular Twizzlers all day every day.
All day.
Dude, give me a package of Twizzlers and I will. Mike and Ike's very close
Oh
second.
my god. We were never so much on the same page, and then you ripped us off. Like
Sorry,
in one sentence.
sorry. That was like
You're
it's
so
a close second.
gross.
It's a close second. Close second.
You literally like, oh, an awesome candy and a terrible candy. I can't decide which one.
The only reason Mike and Ike's are still around is because of me. I pay them a lot to make
That's
sure
so
they
gross.
keep like.
Oh yeah, and jelly beans because you're disgusting.
That's the thing. I wouldn't put jelly beans like up there on like a
Dude, you ate a
top
five
candy list.
pound bag of jelly beans.
Well, yeah.
It's in the top 3.
Well, no, because that's at Sam's Club. They didn't have like other big bags of other
Yeah,
candies
but I
that they
don't
like.
think there's a 5 pound bag of anything that I don't think is in my top 3 for whatever category it's in.
Dude, whatever, man. Jelly bellies are awesome. Shut up.
You're so gross, dude. Oh, we were fucking jiving so hard there because licorice is my top.
Yeah, but you like
And
the like. Do you like Twizzlers though? I thought you were like more of a Red Vine guy.
no, I like both.
Okay.
That's what's unique about me. I like Twizzlers and Red Vines.
It's like a
I
curse.
like mayonnaise and Miracle Whip.
Okay.
Like I like
See,
both of those things.
and that's so
My
weird to me because like
fa-
mayonnaise and Miracle Whip doesn't really seem like all. I know they are different. I know they taste very different, but to me, I'm always like they're interchangeable for me. But go on.
my favorite brand is the Wallaby licorice, Australian licorice. It's super thick.
Wallaby licorice.
It's so good, dude.
Hmm.
I'm gonna send you a
The only
link.
reason I don't like Red Vines is because I hate like the hollowness of them.
I
It's
know what
just
you mean.
it's just weird. I bite into it, I just like get a rush of
I like
air into
both.
my
Like I
mouth, and
said,
I'm
I
like,
like both. It just depends on what I'm feeling.
I truly do like like I mean honestly going to that I'd like the Twizzlers more just because I do like that the compactness of it where it's not a hard candy, but like it's just firm and it's not like super gooey. It's not gushy. It's just like a good like
The
just
problem,
firm
and I
candy.
love Twizzlers, but the problem is you can get at least in my experience, it's been fairly common to get a hard slash dried up pack of Twizzlers,
Okay,
and like that makes it obviously less desirable.
that's fair.
I sent you a link. Check that out. You should seriously buy this. If you
Let me
actually,
see what
if
these
I did
things are.
like, if licorice was your top pick, you should absolutely buy this. I mean, granted, it comes with
Okay.
black licorice, which you can just throw in the garbage, but
What
which I
the
know is technically the only kind of licorice. I don't care.
Willy Wallaby?
It's so good, dude.
Is it Wiley Wallaby?
I don't know. I just called it wallaby. But I've had watermelon,
What
huckleberry,
the
green
heck?
apple, and classic red. So freaking tasty.
Hmm. I mean, I try it because it gives like
Oh, they have a lemonade one?
it looks like the consistency of like a red vine, but it's got like the
No,
thickness
it's not. It's
of a
nothing like a
Twizzler.
red vine.
Wasn't it
Neither.
the
And it's also not at the thickness of a Twizzler. It's
isn't
about
the
this thick.
outside?
It's
But
about
isn't
this
like the
thick.
outside like that like pattern the same as a red vine?
Well, yeah, but the red vine's hollow. This is not.
Well, that, that's what I was saying. So like they're like
Well, you
that
said
from
consistency, not
no,
pattern.
no, no.
Then you
That was the
specified
second
pattern.
thing I said. I said they look like the red vines, but then they have the consistency of a Twizzler. It looked like because it was like filled in.
Oh, well, neither. Well, also Twizzlers are also hollow. You know that, right?
Or they are, but it's very, very like not like they. I know they
I
are,
mean,
but
you can still use it as a straw.
you can, but you'd have to like you have to suck
You're
really hard.
splitting an awful lot of hairs right now.
I could be splitting as many hairs as I fucking want, dude.
What? Uh, uh, anyway, it's nothing like either red vines or Twizzlers. It's better than both. I promise.
I'd have to give it a try.
You
Find out.
absolutely should. And the reason I like red vines is because they still make grapevines.
Ah, see, now you lost
And
me.
that shit is the bomb. Twizzlers made grape. I remember Stein's Gardens and Gifts had grape pull and peel Twizzlers.
Shout out to everybody in the southeast of Wisconsin.
And I had that as a kid. I had it one time and then they discontinued it.
Yeah, because
And I
no
can't
one
find it
else,
anymore.
because no one else bought them.
Shut up.
Like,
Grape licorice is the bomb.
at least your whole argument for the Myconix is that they're still making. So clearly, more than me are just eating them.
Oh, I know. No, I know. I know. I mean, I don't. I like. Obviously, you don't.
Grape licorice though.
Preference, but I love grape licorice, dude.
I mean, honest, obviously, like it goes for pretty much everything, but like every flavor. But like, give me grape over the black licorice. People who like black licorice
Well, that's the thing, and
could
that's technically the only real licorice. Everything else is fake.
probably just go like jump off a cliff.
So they make the Wallaby Company makes Huckleberry, which is kind of like grape, but not
Not the
quite.
same. Not the same. Don't do it, man.
No,
Don't fall for it.
I've had it. I've had it. It's
Oh,
good. It's just not. It's just not Twizzler's grape. Twizzler's grape. That was the shit.
it really wasn't because they discontinued it because no
Yeah,
one
you're
wanted it.
really stupid.
What? Oh
What?
my god, dude!
Oh,
Stop being so unsweetened iced tea about it.
anywho, they make grape Sour Patch Kids.
Grape Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds good. I like grape flavored candy.
we can all tell. If you came out after this whole thing and said, "Hey, not a really big fan of grape stuff, just wanted to do it for the show," everybody like, "What the fuck, dude?"
I'm just doing it for the lulz,
I really wanted to hit the demographic of grape people, and then
dude.
everybody else can fuck off.
One more thing: grape sour punch straws. Oh man,
Sour Punch straws.
yeah,
What's that?
the the long coming out plastic tray.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I feel like I should have more knowledge of this stuff because my brother ate candy all the time. But maybe I just like chose to ignore when he was like eating it all. I don't know. But I should have more knowledge because I do remember him like eating those all the time. Those and the Nerds rope, I like those. Oh, those were good.
I don't dislike Nerds Rope. I
I
don't find myself picking it out.
I liked them, but the problem though is that you would like do the whole like unraveling of it, and Nerds would just fucking fall everywhere.
Yeah,
It was almost like the same misleading of like the Dairy Queen Blizzards, where like you see like the Nerds rope, and you're like, oh, all the nerds would just stay on the rope. Obviously, like why would they fall off and they eat it? And like the Dairy Queen Blizzard, technically, you should be able to tip it upside down and nothing comes out.
you can. I've seen it like countless times.
I mean, I've seen it too, but I've definitely seen it more where I'm like, if I tilt this a little bit, it's gonna run all over my
They
all over the
do it
floor.
when they hand it to you.
Not every. So when I've gotten blizzards in the past, they did that for a while, and then I remember I would get it, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we like discontinued that." Like discontinued actually
They
having to do that.
lied because
Okay.
we last year there was a Dairy Queen by our old place, and we went there in the summer, and they would do that.
Oh, see,
It was
because
last
like
year.
I'm telling you, there were plenty of times back even when I was in high school where we would go to the Dairy Queen down in South Milwaukee there, and I'd get a Blizzard, and I'm like, no shot you'd be able to
That
turn this thing upside down right
Dairy
now.
Queen was
Sketch.
not sketch, but like they could have tried a little harder.
Right. Sketch. That and then yeah, I remember there was a Dairy Queen. Actually, yeah, when I was growing up, well, technically, I guess you could say I was growing up. I was turning into an adult. When I lived with the Dohertys, there was a Dairy Queen like around the corner, and me and Mrs. Doherty would go and get some Dairy Queen, and I'd always get like a banana cream pie blizzard. And yeah, I'm telling you, as soon as they would hand it to me, I'm like, nope. I turn this thing over right now, everything comes flying out.
Well, then do it. You get it for free, and then you get to keep the stuff you catch.
Damn, I should have. I just never had like the guts to do it. I'm like, I can't, because if I do it, I'm just like, I know I'm gonna fuck up, and yeah, no. So yeah, for those two Dairy Queens, they can go fuck themselves because I had to eat like shit blizzards, and pretty much ever since then, I really don't go to Dairy Queen at all. We have this place down here, local ice cream. Oh, we should have taken you there. Oh, when you didn't work with me here, we should have. The ice cream they have, it's like all fresh, local, everything. Oh, and their flavors are so damn. Oh, dude, damn it, we should have. Well, I guess you got to come back.
Good job, idiot.
Oh, okay.
Sour Punch lollipops. If
Oh
you
my
want to
god,
talk about something else, you let me know.
stop looking at candy. I'll talk. I'll gladly talk about something else if
All right,
you're
go ahead.
ready to stop looking at terrible candy.
You didn't like Sour Punch straws?
No, not really. Here's the thing: when it comes to candy, really outside of the three that you had named, so like Twizzlers, Mike and Ike's, and Jelly Beans, which honestly, again, like I don't eat those all the time. Like the one time that I've consumed, like Josh said, the big bag of them that I got, and I got a big bag of Mike and Ike's ones.
In like 2 days.
I don't like eat them outside of like I don't stretch it out.
What point are you trying to make? I don't eat Sour Patch or Sour Punch straws every
I
day.
typically lean more towards chocolate than I would towards just pure sugar candies. So when it comes to like the heavy sugar, like those straws had nothing but crystallized sugar over the entire thing. I was
It's
like,
all candy,
yeah,
dude.
but it
Don't be
was
like,
like,
well, I like chocolate candy because it
but
doesn't
it's
have
right there
sugar
though. But it's
content.
right there though. It's like on it. It's like it's the first thing you're biting into.
So if I can hide it, you'll eat it.
Absolutely, trick me.
What a distinction.
Well, no, okay. Again, people listening will know exactly what I'm talking about. Where
No,
it's
I know what you're talking about, but I mean, like,
so,
you're making a point that, but like, effectively is no different.
but no,
Like
it is a
all
difference.
the sugar that you see is just inside the chocolate candy. So you're like, oh, it's right there.
But no,
Okay, well,
it's a huge difference because, like, another example I could name to you is like I hate mushrooms with a passion. But if you dice them up enough, and for example, like if I ate like a beef Wellington and you really mix it in there, and I don't know what's in there, I'll end up eating it because I'm sure it's good.
yeah, but the prime ingredient in a beef Wellington is beef. Like sugar is still sugar. You're just
Right,
masking it with chocolate,
right. But if it's on it, like
which is
if
sweetened.
I'm biting into something and the first thing that it's just all that sugar is just right on top, it's just it's a massive turnoff. I just can't get past it. It's terrible. I don't like it. See everybody. See, I'm glad we have the cameras
You're
now.
so
I'm
melodramatic
so
about it.
I am so glad.
I just can't do it.
I'm so glad we have it.
It's fucking candy.
I'm so glad we're on these videos now. This is what he does, everybody. I make a point that there it is again. I make the points. I make the points that are still sure. People might not agree, whatever. But then I make a good point. He'll even say it, then he'll go, "Boo." He'll roll his eyes to Kingdom Come for whatever reason.
Because you're just like you're just so like about it. Like, oh, it's such a turnoff. I can't the sugar. I can't shut up.
Yes. Literally, yes.
Like,
There's nothing else. Like that's it. That's truly it. Jesus
you
Christ.
like nothing. Like you can't get through it. You can't get through sugar on the outside of candy because you're inconvenienced by it.
Oh my God.
God, I just Like,
What?
you just can't do anything that you don't dislike slightly. That's what it boils down to.
How is that unreasonable? Oh my god! If you don't like something for a particular reason, then you don't like it for that reason.
You know what's funny is like people are gonna watch this, and I'm like certain they're gonna agree with you because they're gonna be
Oh
like, "Oh
sure.
wow, Josh is being a douche." But the problem is, like, you're like, "Oh yeah, of course, people just don't like stuff. Like that's totally cool. Why is Josh harping on this?" Because it's not. It's not that I disagree with one disliking something because obviously everybody can dislike whatever they please. It's that over 16 years, the stuff that I know that you've disliked and your reasoning, it piles on itself. It just eats at me in the back of my head. So now when you tell me I don't like sugar on the outside of candy, I lose my fucking mind about it. So that's the
It's
backstory.
just been building and building and building.
Like we're having this conversation, and I'm like, oh fuck, like this isn't going right. This isn't going my
Everybody's
way.
just gonna tune in and go, yeah, he doesn't like something for a reason. Okay, well at least he has
Yeah,
a reason.
Josh is just yelling at him about
Josh
it, and
just
it's like
yelling at
there's
him.
a very specific
Oh
reason.
wait, so something's upsetting you for a specific reason? Yes. Me one, you zero. I don't know if anybody's ever thought of that idea before, but not liking something for a reason is just mind blowing to me. Thank you, Josh, for bringing this to our attention. It's a very particular reason. I'm so happy you said that too. It's a very particular reason. I don't like
Hey, look, I know I'm on the losing end on this one, all right?
it.
But I just wanted to explain myself.
Okay, that was good. I had to completely, completely regain myself. Holy crap!
We're gonna move on.
Oh,
Let's
let's
read an
move on.
ad.
Yeah. Please, I need another minute.
You take a minute. This portion of the episode is presented by H-Hour Apparel. Veteran owned and operated, H-Hour provides a myriad of clothing, gear, and accessories to fit your needs. H-Hour is founded with the mission of giving back to its community by donating a portion of all sales to local and federal charities to continue to support veterans in need. So head to their website, hourapparel.com. Use the code JOSHM20 to get 20% off your entire purchase. And you will not dislike their stuff for a specific reason or any reason because they got good stuff.
You really won't. Like honestly, they've got good stuff across the board. Um. So Josh, I did want to bring up something here. What? What now?
I'm just reflecting.
No.
It's
Go
funny.
ahead. Reflect.
No, I'm still laughing.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
laughing at the same thing.
Okay. So we can go over this probably pretty quick, just because Microsoft's terrible. But there's been a rumor that the new Indiana Jones game. Have you heard about this?
No.
So new Indiana Jones. Well, first of all, really quick, new Indiana Jones game has been announced.
What's it
Apparently,
called?
Indiana Jones in the Great Circle. Um, not
That's
huge in
kind
the
of a
name.
lame title, don't you think?
I agree. But apparently, this game's going to be in
It's
first
a
person.
Bethesda game?
Correct. So
Don't they got stuff to do?
no, they have just this. Can't think of anything else, any other projects that they'd be working on. Just this. Anyway, they said that they're making it in first person so as to differentiate from the Uncharted series, because that was everybody's first initial thought. Like, well, Indiana Jones is basically
Yeah, but when you take a
Uncharted.
licensed game like that and make it in first person, you lose a lot of the,
They're
seeing the character.
they're relying heavily on cutscenes, I'm sure. Heavily on cutscenes.
I can't roll my eyes hard enough at this.
So anyway, so with that game and then potentially Starfield amongst others reported, Microsoft is considering pushing them to PS5 as well.
I saw that just now because I wanted to see some pictures of it.
So I will say, so that's probably one of the first things that came up then.
So you don't say
Yeah.
when you don't sell it for 50% of console users, you might not have good sales, especially when Bethesda, which was by and large my favorite video game studio for a long time, but has been pumping out absolute dog crap.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like they've been doing that, and then like you said, we're still waiting at the because people have basically said at this point with the new Skyrim game or the new Elder Scrolls game,
Elder Scrolls 6, yeah.
Elder Scrolls 6. Basically, at this point, everybody's like almost the same thing people were starting to get with GTA 6, where they were like, "Stop telling us until you actually have news. Like,
I mean,
stop."
Skyrim came out, Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim came out on 11/11/11. So 12 years ago
Jesus. I mean,
and
I
a
know
couple months.
like the only other thing I can think of in terms of a long time between sequels was one of my favorite games, obviously, or my favorite game, I should say, The Last of Us and Last of Us Part 2. Because I think The Last of Us came out in 2013, and then Part 2 launched in 2020. It was supposed to be, I think, a year sooner, but then COVID, I think, helped or like restricted that
Yeah,
a
but
little bit.
that's 7 years
But that's
compared
the
to
thing.
12.
But no, but that's what I'm saying. So like that to me and a lot of the fan base, that was a long time. Like we were sitting there like, oh my God, Part 2 just got announced. Like it's coming out like potentially 2019, 2020, and we're like, wow, it has been like so long since the first game. And now you reference like, for example, just with what you just said, where like Skyrim came out in 2011, and we are now in 2024, and there still is no like. I think they said what maybe next year I've seen or like year after news at
No,
least.
I thought it was
Nothing.
like
Okay,
beyond 2026.
maybe I'm thinking of GTA 6 then because now
This is
that's been
gonna be
officially
dumb.
announced. Oh, it is for sure. So like, and that's part of the article. So obviously, IGN had posted this article, and basically, I do like how throughout the article though, whoever wrote it was like, now this is just rumor. Microsoft has been known to like backtrack on
Be
stuff.
terrible.
But yeah, so like this could all be for naught. So just keep that in mind. But then also one of the other games they're thinking about pushing is Starfield, which recently came out for Bethesda, which I think got kind of like okay reviews. It was basically everyone was just like, oh, it's like Skyrim in outer space. So people weren't like super stoked about it. The other big one though that I saw here is Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
That was the
I'm
other big
excited
one that
about that.
yeah, if that actually were to happen and get pushed to PS5, I've heard that's a really really fun multiplayer online game that we could have played.
I
So
saw the trailer for that when the launch trailer, and then it was on Xbox only.
Xbox only,
What's
yeah.
This is gonna be a stupid question, but hopefully you know the answer.
Hmm.
What game am I thinking of when you said Sea of Thieves? That's like coming out. What
Oh,
made?
Skull and Bones, I think.
Thank you.
Skull
I
and Bones.
knew you'd fucking know what I'm talking about.
I got you, buddy.
I'm like, what's that other game?
Yeah, Skull. What's the other water pirate game?
10 days comes out on February 16th.
Yes, Skull and Bones.
Yes,
I think
Xbox.
the hype behind that's pretty big too.
Yeah, that's
People are
what
pretty
they
excited
make
for that
me
one.
think. Both those games make me think of me. Jesus, make me think of
DBD,
each other.
stibbity, 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 stibbity,
Well, I was
stibbity,
looking up the
car.
game and I just type in Skull and Bones just to get some stills of the game.
Sure.
And on the sponsored portion of Google is a man thong. So I'm looking at this dude's front area with Skull and Bones themed underwear just
Hey
cupped
man,
around his package
pirates are fucking weird.
because thanks Google.
Pirates do some weird shit.
You know, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say this is not a pirate.
I mean, he might have scurvy or something.
I doubt it.
What does it look like from your medical opinion? Professional medical opinion.
Well, there's nothing wrong with him
Oh,
aside from the fact that I can see the complete profile of his business.
that's fair. Well, sticking to video games, I did want to ask another. Unless you had anything more to say about this, because other than that, I'm pretty much.
No.
With this rumor, would it be cool if these games did come to PlayStation or like PS5 in particular? Obviously, and also that was the other thing too. I saw that it was also rumored that they might push their games to Switch as well, which honestly would be dumb. They don't. The Switch doesn't have the processing power for these games.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, look what happened
I
with
would agree with that.
look
Yeah.
what happened with Mortal Kombat. The stills and the
Oh
pictures of
yeah,
people who
that's
bought
right.
Mortal
I
Kombat,
remember that. I
the
remember
most
that.
recent Mortal Kombat game, people were playing it on Switch, and it didn't
I think it
keep
was the
up.
game before. because a new one just came out. But I think it was the game before. But yeah,
regardless, yeah, and it couldn't keep up with the processing power,
yeah,
so
it
people
just
took like
looked
screenshots.
terrible.
It looked terrible. It looked so bad.
It was so bad.
So yeah, but yeah, like, will it be cool if these? Oh, that was the other. Well, obviously, people then were like speculating, like, okay, if they were to do this, then what other Xbox only IP could they potentially push to PS5 as well? And then like the other rumored
Already
one.
killed Halo and buried it.
Well,
So
that's the thing. So people thought like, oh, what if they push Halo to PS5? Will that be like a new resurgence then to get new people into playing the game or not?
is
Which
Microsoft still behind it?
pretty much.
Then no.
Dude, talk about like, I mean, I'm sure we've talked about this in the past, but God, what an opportunity they missed for a battle royale. I know somewhere in the archives of this show, you go back and we've talked about this, but like, just again, further proving that these guys are just so fucking terrible, man.
Look, even Dino Bob is sick of talking about this. He's
Look
like
at him.
slouched over in the chair. He can't even handle it.
He's like, look, dude, I could just lay here, keep listening, and probably die, or we could just move on.
All right, let's move
So
on.
I'm gonna move on, and this is gonna be a post that I saw from Barstool. It's got it was a draft that they did. They do like these like drafts for particular things, and this one was 5 video games you take on a deserted island. And I'm kind of confused by some of the picks because to me, the way I would look at it and the way I would pick mine, and I want you to pick yours as well. If we can even just do three, for time's sake. But the thing that I instantly thought of is that I'm going to pick games that are story heavy because you're on an island, so I'm assuming no internet. So I'm not playing
It's
online.
a fair assumption.
I'm not. I'm there by myself. So like no multiplayer game. I'm just picking heavy story driven games.
Okay.
Go. What's your first one? I mean, I already have mine.
I'm thinking.
Okay, well, I'll say mine first. The Last of Us, right off the gate. Probably part two, just because the campaign is longer, it kill more time.
I am starting to feel bad for people who've actually listened to the show in its entirety
Why?
because I'm certain they're sick of us talking about the same game.
No way, dude.
I'm sick of you talking about The Last of Us. So.
Hey, whatever, man. It was the first game I thought of. Okay, it's heavy story driven, but I'm sorry the game's so great. My bad.
Yeah, you're good. Mass Effect 3. I mean, same goes for me. Mass Effect 3, Fallout 3, and Skyrim.
Oh my god, we're so sick of you hearing the same games, Josh. I'm just kidding.
I know. I'm just like I'm sick of saying it.
I'm gonna throw a curveball in here. Number 2 pick, Hades.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of replay heavy stuff there.
You wouldn't know because you haven't played it.
You've told me all about it.
But you have yet to play it. Play it. People, like and comment below and tell Josh to play games. Okay? God, he's like, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. Play Hades. I know you're going to fucking love it.
Shut up.
Then just play it already.
You've told me to play like 20 games in the last like 3 months.
Well, that's the thing is when it
Pick
started.
one. You get one. Pick one. And
That's
I
the
will play
problem,
that
though.
next.
And the reason this is all built up to 20 some games now is because it started with, hey man, play this one. Okay, I'll get to it. And then now, to
And
be
I
fair,
don't get to it.
but here's the thing though. Before, obviously, we had lives, we got busy and all that, which I do get, I understand. Before all that, when I started this list, it was like you weren't busy yet. And then it started to
Hold on. When do you think you started this list?
oh man, this had to have been probably at about your residency. Dating back that far? Maybe slightly before it?
That'd be why I didn't play it.
Yeah, but then you still had time off after that, though.
Yeah, and then I started my new job, and then
And then 3 years went by, and now here we are.
Legit.
Unbelievable. So fine. With this being said, Hades. Play it.
Are you sure? Because you said you wanted me to try to get into Days Gone before you got here, and that's in 2 days.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you can play that. Well, yeah. Okay. Okay. Before I get there, because we're going to be playing it together, and it's a game we can play together, yes. Days Gone
Wait,
first.
can you play the story together?
Days Gone?
Yeah. Oh.
It's all in like the Horde mode multiplayer stuff.
Oh. Dude, we have so many. Okay, we have so many games to play together.
You were just talking about how much you love the horde mode on the new Aliens game. I'm like, oh my god.
No. I know. I'm not rolling my eyes because I'm upset. I'm
Oh,
rolling my eyes because, like, okay, so we have aliens to play. Like, let's just talk about the games you said we were going to play while you're here.
okay.
The finals.
Aliens, finals.
I'm writing it down because I like to write.
Okay,
Dead by Daylight, we were going to play.
yeah. Keep in mind,
Um,
folks. Where I'm going to be there. Obviously, Friday you'll be working, but still, like Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. So basically, 2.5 days ish. If you count like full time, probably being there, about 2.5 days.
RDR Online.
Which still amazes me that you want to go back and play that. But yeah, I'm down for that.
Well, I'll do it if we'll play together.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's so it just sucks because like we keep doing this. We're like, oh, let's play this, let's play this, let's play this. We're gonna end up playing.
All I can say
I
is
don't
at
know.
least I don't feel bad because at least the suggestions I'm giving are good suggestions. That's the only part that kills me about it. Is like if I was just throwing games out there and they were just like shit games and like you started playing, you're like, dude, this game fucking sucks. Stop suggesting shit to me. But I know for a fact that if you started playing on the list that I've been giving you, you'd be like, oh man, this game's so great. This game's so great. And that's why I feel so confident. That's why I'm so like upset because I know I've given bad suggestions for stuff before.
I'm not. I mean, that is that's on you.
I know.
Like, I'm not saying they're bad. I have a limited amount of time, so it is also hard because there's a ton of games I have running in my head that I want to get to.
Okay.
So like, I mean,
I will say this.
not to be rude, but when it comes down to it,
With me
you know,
coming there, I understand. Obviously, we want to play the games that we're going to play because obviously, from multiplayer perspective. Outside of that, the reason I was suggest Hades, and honestly, one of the things that actually, from a time perspective, that you could take into consideration is that so I've told you about like the concept of the game where you're trying to escape the underworld, and if you obviously get killed, you go back to the beginning all the way from like the House of Hades. So the thing though is like the runs, once you start to get kind of good, even if you're really not that good at the game to begin with, the runs don't take that long. It's basically like if you were to jump on and play a quick mission in Aliens, maybe 20 minutes. Again, it kind of depends how slow, methodical. If you're taking down longer enemies, it takes a little bit longer, whatever. It could take a little bit longer, I suppose. But for the most part, there's like at one point you start doing bounties, and one of the bounties is like escape from each section within 9 minutes. And like obviously your time will then start to um what's the word I'm thinking of here? Well, like let's just say you finish with 7 minutes left in the first section and you go to the next one, it's like a fresh 9 minutes gets added on. So it starts to accumulate.
oh,
So like now all of a sudden in the second section, now you've got 16 minutes to escape.
oh, I thought you meant it reset to 9, and I'm
So
like, were you
no.
looking for the word reset?
Honestly, no.
Because damn,
No. So like so that's the thing. So like you if when you start to get really good at it, it's like again, complete your section within 9 minutes and so on and so on. So from that perspective, you can get through a good couple runs pretty quickly.
yeah.
So if there was one for me to push without me being there, without us playing together, I would say that one. Just for that time's sake. I think that
All
is
right.
fair. Tough, but fair.
This portion of the episode is presented by Jerky Pro, the official jerky of esports. Winners of the 2017-2018 National Jerky of the Year award, Jerky Pro was founded in 2015 by military and paramilitary veterans. Oh, I thought you were laughing. And uses only top quality beef to make their jerky. Jerky Pro offers both regular and a more tender shredded version of their jerky that comes in regular, teriyaki, red hot, peppered, honey glazed, and the infamous nuclear jerky made with Carolina Reaper, habanero, and ghost peppers. Go to jerky.pro and use the code all caps MWM jerky to get 5% off your entire purchase. You were like moving around and in my side view, and I'm like, is
I
he like
was.
laughing? Like, what
I
the
was,
hell
I
are you
was, I
doing?
was trying to throw you off, man. I know you're a professional, so I was like, let's see how good he is.
It worked.
I know. Which means you're slipping. Pick it up. All right. We're on camera now. We're in person. Focus up. Little distraction. This right here. See this little movement? This shouldn't fucking get you. Okay.
It very much does.
I know. It's crazy.
Your giant head moving back and forth in
The
frame.
unprofessionalism is just insane with you.
What's your next topic?
Dude, honestly, the only other thing I was gonna bring up is we've talked about it a multitude of times, but honestly, I don't give a shit. I just gotta get it out there. People need to stop being such shitty drivers. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm fucking over it, dude. The
You don't
amount of
even drive.
huh?
You barely drive.
Exactly. I drive enough to see. Here's the thing. That proves my point. That right there, what you just said proves my point. I don't drive a lot, and yet I see idiots all the time. I should see no dumbasses out there because I don't drive that much. All the time. I'm over it. Get off the fucking road. Give somebody your license. Shred it. Uber around because people are just so. It's just mind boggling how dumb people are on the road. I'm over it. And with me learning the other day when you told me that for during COVID when they didn't have to take their driver's test, I didn't know that. That explains so much why there's so many stupid fucking people on the road right now.
Well, I mean, really, you only have 2 cycles of drivers. It's not them. Like it
I,
is them, but the
it,
majority of people are still took the
I
actual
know.
test and they suck.
I know. Which is also the part that's actually disturbing is that people who didn't take it are bad, but people who actually did take the test and know the rules of the road are also bad.
Yeah.
And the one rule that gets me, I mean, it's a lot. I mean, obviously, the changing lanes without a blinker, turning, blah blah blah, whatever. The one rule that people continuously break that I cannot stand because they also think they're somehow in the right is how a fucking yield sign works. Oh my god, it's not a suggestion.
It's go if safe to do so, which would mean there's no oncoming traffic.
I almost think at this point we should have that as the sign. It should just say what you just said.
Well, just make it a stop sign then, because people clearly aren't gonna.
Well, I mean, or that
People
too.
can't be trusted to roll, and if they see it's safe, go, because then they just go, because it doesn't say stop.
I mean, honestly, yeah, like just
Just make it a stop sign. I'm fine.
yeah, I think that because honestly, like literally yesterday, Teague and I took the dogs for a walk, and we are going down the highway, and on the Durham highway, it's only like a 2-lane highway, and
Well, maybe you shouldn't be walking your dogs on the highway.
we're driving to walk them, and there's a lot of on ramps. But the thing is with the freeway being so like just compact in general, it's got yield signs almost at every on ramp. Pretty much every exit your on ramp you go past, it's got a yield. 3 people just right past it, and then go figure they couldn't merge properly because there's too many people there because they didn't fucking yield. I'm like, oh my god! And then somehow it's then the other people's fault for not letting them in. I can't take it anymore. I can't. These idiots need to be held accountable. I'm over it. Teague had talked about how on one of her shows, one of the housewives or whatever, one of the daughters failed the written test 5 times.
The easiest test in the country.
Like the easiest test I think you'll ever take.
Like just the written portion.
I mean, I'll say it right now. You fail 3 times at that. Nope, you can't get your license for at least 10 more years.
10-year
10
10-year
years.
ban.
10-year ban because you're an absolute idiot. I mean, I think like how long did it take you to do that test? It took me like no time. Like I was
4 minutes.
I'll honestly say it took me 10 because I went back and just double checked everything because I was like I didn't want to be an idiot. I was like this was a bit too easy. I should go back and just make sure everything lines up. Yeah, okay, green means go, red means stop. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Like I'm out. And to fail it 5 times, like to fail it at all, you should get like so you know how you have like points on your license. If you fail it once, you should get like a point. You should already start -1 point off your license.
No, you should start with like a plus 20. Because it's like 22 or some shit gets your license revoked or something.
Or whatever the system is to get your license revoked.
Whatever the bad thing is, I want that.
Well, that's what I don't know if it's like minus points or plus points.
I just told you.
Okay, so yeah, so in
You
that
want plus points.
so in that situation, you start 1 in the red. You
Just
start
one?
one. Well, you only failed it once. Because I mean, Jesus, we're talking fail it once. You start with that up to like fail it 3 times. You got 10 years, so you can't get your license. So I have to have like a good starting point. What's the max to get points on your license to get it revoked? What's like the how
Let's
many
find out.
points? 'Cause I guess that'll be the determining factor of how many points then.
I have to. It's got to be different by state, right? Yeah. How many points do I have left? If you accumulate, this is for Wisconsin. If you accumulate 12 or more in any 12-month period, a suspension will result. 12.
Okay, so then I do think okay. So then if you fail it once, you start with 2. And then you can get those 2 taken off if you get through the next 2 years without any incident. So you're 16 with your license, you get to 18 with no issues, your points go down to 0, you reset, you're all good. That's if you fail it once. Fail it twice, I think we go right to 6. In the state of Wisconsin, at least. You go to 6 points, so you're already halfway there, halfway to shit show.
I agree.
And then 3 times, I'm sorry, that's just already too many. 10 years till you can get your license again. And that's still that you have to still retake the test. So like this isn't like an 18-year-old thing where you can just go take the driving portion. No, no, no. You need to retake the test, written and like physical test. Because that is unacceptable.
I like. I agree. I just went down this rabbit hole on this webpage about the point system.
I can't wait till tomorrow morning when you're telling me, dude, did you know?
Like speeding 25 miles over the speed limit is a 6-point offense. So if you get busted going
That's
25 over the speed limit, you don't actually lose your license in the state of
that's
Wisconsin.
pretty crazy because I
You're
think
halfway there.
isn't that I mean, again, I guess it's state dependent, but on YouTube, I watched that Fridays with Frank in Arizona. 25 over is a criminal amount of speed over.
Oh, dude. I thought it was less, or yeah, less. If Wisconsin State Patrol, I don't. I mean, this is from TMJ, right?
Sure, sure.
If Wisconsin State Patrol catches a driver exceeding speeds of 25 miles per hour over the speed limit, the driver is hit with a traffic citation.
Wait, that's it?
Same violation in the state to the south is considered a crime. So it's not a crime in Wisconsin?
Yeah, so apparently it's not in Wisconsin then. Which is weird that in Illinois it's somehow a crime, yet literally millions of people are committing a
Oh,
crime then
dude.
every day.
I'm like gonna speed super hard.
Well, don't because I mean you pretty much just at this point you pretty much have just like a one-off because if you do it twice you get 12
I'm
points.
seeing like
Twice.
so many different things on here, so I have no reliable answer.
I mean, here's the thing. I do think it
I could
actually
sift through the DOT website, but I'm not going to do that.
I would agree that, and I guess it does make sense that Illinois would make that an actual like
Crime because they
crime.
all do it.
But that's the thing though is I don't know of any time where I've like thought to go the speed limit on an Illinois highway and been like, yeah, this is the safe thing to do
They'll just
because
run into you.
you would actually die. Because
Like
like that's the thing is I always go. I mean, I would not always, but I pretty much would always go like 15 to 20 over any. That's just to keep up with traffic.
that's the slow lane, bro.
Right. Like that's
Like
that's me
slow
just like
lane.
making sure I don't hold up traffic.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go 20 over. Jesus. That's not a crime. Well, I guess it's
Well, I've seen it. I saw it was. I saw it wasn't. I don't know anymore.
no, I know it's fair.
Don't speed.
Well, I was gonna say too, that is weird that it's state dependent. Don't you think that would just be like a national thing?
Most laws are state
Well, no, no, no. I mean like
dependent.
something that's just universal across the entire country being driving. Like jurisdictions for certain things or whatever might change, I guess, whatever. But like, is that Diggs or Rip?
Stiggle.
Diggle! Diggle, say hi to everybody quick. Oh,
Okay,
there's
so I
Ripley.
called Diggle, and Ripley came into the room.
Dude, I love when I do that with my dogs.
Come here.
I'll call one of them, and then for whatever reason, the other one thinks something's happening.
Yep.
Oh, look, it's Ripley!
Good girl.
Hey, Ripley! Behaving for the show. I love it. And no, and again, I do understand that, like, yeah, certain things might be different depending state dependent, whatever. But I like again, like driving, like it's driving. You know, we're all on the same side of the road. We're all following the speed limit signs. Like it should be the same across the entire country. You
I,
understand what I'm saying, at least, right?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but that's just not the way it is for anything, really.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it just to me would make sense if it was just like, again, we all drive, we're all the same thing. It's just weird that like you would go one speed like in a certain state, but if you get pulled over in another state for the same thing, it's not like a criminal amount of speed. Whatever.
I mean, you could make the case that if you're in possession of marijuana in Wisconsin, you get charged with the crime, and you don't in Illinois. So,
Well, again,
like I
same
said,
thing.
same thing.
No, and that's my point.
That's my no. That was my point. Is
Oh,
that it's all state dependent.
well,
That
no.
was kind of like the whole point of the United States.
Well, right, and that's what I'm saying though. Is like there should be things where it's like if it's consistent across multiple states, whatever. If it's just the same thing, it should just be the state like should
Well,
the
that was
law.
like literally like one of the founding concepts, like republic sovereignty. States get to do what they want. I,
Not anymore.
I like.
Wrap it up.
Fuck
Done.
you on about?
Nope. Done. They had their chance when people started failing their stupid driving test. Government's got to get involved now. Federal government. State morons. That's it. I think the show's about time to wrap up because we're entering Politico range. And Josh is dead. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in this week.
You're a
Tune in next week
moron.
to hear our talk about the Republican. I'm just kidding. Tune in next week. Again, please keep liking the videos, keep subscribing to the channels. We see them, we appreciate it. Josh, as you can tell, greatly appreciates everything I do for him, and that you guys do for him. So again, we appreciate you guys so much. Keep listening, keep tuning in, and we will catch you guys next time.
Sláinte.